Howdy Howdy, this is Blue Otter, and today we're going to look at Tavern Talk, the demo. Hi Inkeep, how's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better, I took a walk around the grove, and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a gnome. Did it? No, but I gotta take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great. I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same Arameth Hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts, pecans. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut, just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that, does that count as an adventure? No, I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is you're missing some spice. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing Phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. That's what you meant. Well, yes, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun. Have you tried visiting a circus? Huh? Well, perhaps you could find some fun there. Being as someone who wrote my thesis on the circus, I agree. I'm not into the whole circus thing. Clowns scare me. I always think they have ulterior motives. The way they look at me with their empty eyes and wide smiles, ugh, scary. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to the song I started writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. That sounds like a good song opening to me. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it has a nice flow to it. But nothing actually happens in it, because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe? No, I don't think so. I would love to sing about the exciting magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a featherlight nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly, I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long, and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yeah, we'll do a tutorial. Really? Yes. What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. Hello, Andu. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something to see what sticks? No, I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with a sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I have a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink. You've got this. Okay, so she wants a swift strike, so we can draw the recipe. Is that the... No, that's that board. Okay, so we're going to... Here's... 1, 2, 3. See how that goes. Oh, it's a little too much. Oops, I didn't mean to get rid of all that. Let's see, what if we do... It is really sensitive with pouring extra ones. All right, so here is... Oh. Yep, that's about on par with me. Oh, then we need dexterity, one more. Swift strike. Order up. Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course it does. What did you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. The adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'll be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but... But what? Never mind. Mysterious stranger here. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Strong silent type. Right. What kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. So let's come back over to have a spoken heart draw. Alright, so I want 3. Alright. We're going to do 1 of that. We'll do 1. There we go. Spoken heart. Order up. It looks like a Mai Tai. This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memory of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Alright. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Or the birds in the trees, we keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes. No, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life full of adventure. Boredom will feel like a bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures and make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the Grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. What if... It's wrong to leave, though. What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep? Last time I checked. Humph. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Carolyn. You can call me Care or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Care. Lynn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with the quests, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Ugh, no. No quest for me, but I may have one for you, or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tergron, terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south in Arove. Been wondering if it's the same one just moving up, like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. Do you mean the one with the vampires? I think so. Nah, that just split society into two camps, Team Werewolf or Team Vampire. Which one are you in, Keep? Given present company, Team Werewolf. Is it the fur or the pecs? Neither. Questionable experiences with the other camp more so. I'm itching to ask for details. Don't. How about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, that's why I asked. Keep guessing. Has anyone ever told you you could pass as a werewolf? Yes, all the time, at least twice a day. Only downside of looking like a wolf is getting mistaken for one. I see. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look too much like my Uncle Dragon. Would feel bad for slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that southern werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works. On any dog, trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Care. Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. We'll go with Lynn. Alright, Chief. You got a name, or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, then before I venture on, you got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful, something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. Alright, so they want something strong. So the strongest one I've got is we want something that goes toward Southern Brawler. That looks good. So let's draw the recipe. 2, 3. I looked away and... Okay. There is that. Then we have 1. That one. And then 1 for this blue potion. There we go. Southern Brawler. Thank you, Andu. Oh. Sorry, Andu. Maybe next time. A drink with 0 water as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Habspec West through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will you? No. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that, yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead? It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think There's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? Ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation. And I'm ending it. Alright, well then. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf, don't do groups, but sure, for more work, I'll be back. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, do you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? I don't want them to go to waste. I could use some help, sure. Fine, I guess I've got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. Okay, so I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. I think the best step would be sorting the matching snippets of your quest. Just drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventures. Once you're done, select the quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Lynn. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then. Let's assemble this quest. Okay, so the Volkokin Karen told me about a werewolf who is roaming around Tarragon, a potential threat to villagers. The werewolf has previously been seen in Arove, a southern town, a nomad, or do they have a goal in mind? The werewolf's secret weakness is plain fetch. Apparently no dog can resist the urge to run after a stick. Rare. A werewolf on detours. And we feed Andu. Sweep up. And close for the night. Prelude to Bravery. Act 1, Act 2, Prelude to Bravery. Bravery. Yes, Fable. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tarragon. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even, preferably one who is good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest. Ah, I am good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want the quest. Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern, and the quest practically jumps out at me, and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they're also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you've got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. And I have to fight the werewolf, or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me, and what if I try to shoot it with my silver arrow? I miss and I shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime, a frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to anyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water, more slime, bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah, maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest, it seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses. But it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. Worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on and prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind me of the light and the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mary Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Arameth Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Now, why does nobody want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out of the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had been just once. It seems like my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils were blooming, and they make for a nice bouquet, you know. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confused them with their evil twin, the weeping Aramillis. Now guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I'd never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry, that sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. First encounter with the Hydra? Well, just a day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it was a fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Aramith Hydra, and I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot about all what I wanted to say. So I just sat down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and then it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice and hydras love tea." I thought to myself, wow, the Aramith Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left. And I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out, that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Wood halves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. I suppose you have a point. Mary Morgan incident. Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. That was probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. Do we really have to talk about that? Only if you want to. All right, but just because it's you. An adventuring party was on their way passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night. And the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted a guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tarragon recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. Yay! And no riddles to get confused about either. I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course, it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never gotten lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing in my ears. I felt dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know of the Mary Morgan, yes, the wrathful spirit that's known to drown men. Not sure if she's really differentiate between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. And I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I wasn't sure. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides in the Quagman Grove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. You seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? You know what isn't true? You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll never find that out then. Like, on a quest. For example, don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't, and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they've got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay. I, Fable, a great gardener and future hero, charmer of nymphs, I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes, good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that the werewolf won't see me coming? So something with a lot of dexterity? If I want to fight, I'm going to need the surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy. Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I'll leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you are already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Okay, so you want something with either a lot of dexterity, which would be Swift Strike, or something with a lot of charisma, which would be Spoken Heart. I think we're gonna go with Swift Strike. So we're gonna draw our recipe. And we're gonna go. See if we can do this without having to feed and do anything. And we need. There you go. Swift Strike. Order it. Thank you, Andu. This should do it. Oh, that tastes great. Very brisk. Do you feel a little braver? No, not yet. But I feel faster, more agile, swifter with my bow. Like my arrows could find any werewolf's heart. I'm sure the bravery will come later. I'm sure it will. Thank you. This drink gave me some hope and heart palpitations. I think that's your anxiety. Maybe. You've got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay. I've got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday. And how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest. So, I brought you some Phoenix chilies from my garden. They seemed like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that onto mortals like us. Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Oh, of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with them sometime. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. Wonder how Fable is doing. I hope they don't run into a clown. Though if they do, they should be able to defeat it. So that is the end of the demo. So this does come out pretty soon. So if you like this, link will be in the description. Go ahead, like it, wishlist it. Thank you for watching and have a great day.